anyone that wants to be in the movie with me. We're going to be going into Goodwill shortly, just a normal Goodwill store, and we're going to be seeing what we can find. We're going to have a little challenge going on. She's got to pick out something that's vintage, and we're going to see if she can pull it off. She's seen us buy a lot of older stuff, so I'm going to see if she can find something on her own or not. But it'll be interesting. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's see what we can find. Here we go. Let's go.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, this is Dwight here. I'm having to do a voiceover because, ironically, the Goodwill shop had background music playing, and because the background music was playing, and I loaded it on YouTube, thought everything was great. I was actually, oh cool, that's a pretty cool song there. That sounds nice back there in the background. And YouTube then comes up with a copyright thing, so I was like, you know what? I might have to do a voiceover. So right now, me and my baby girl, we're walking around looking, got typical stuff, but nothing too exciting yet. I rarely. One of these days, I'm going to find like a real stashifier teapot. But I've never really found any neat glassware here. We're just walking around, making our way around the store. Nothing too special. Um, The little bit after this, we come around a corner, and I walked past the biggest find of the day. Felt like an idiot. My wife actually came up to me later on because she didn't want to be in the video, and she's like, "Hey, look what we found." I'm like, "What did you find?" And sure enough, that's where she had that cool doll, the American Girl doll, which I know nothing about the American Girl doll. I learned from my family the value, but it was like literally sitting on this shelf right in front of me. I couldn't believe it. I have had some pretty good scores off of this shelf in the past, though. Um, no luck, no luck that day. No luck that I thought I had. And then the girl, you see her feet right there, and I walked right past her. I couldn't believe it. Um, Sometimes I do. I have actually found some pretty cool dolls, or people like to call them plush. Stuffed animals. You always want to take a double check at those. The games, I used to kill it with the games at Goodwill and auctions, but I guess the word got around in my area, and they're hard to find these days. So we were like making our way around, just looking at stuff. Um, didn't find any. I didn't think I found anything, so we started to make our way over to the pictures and the books. Um, I have had some. Like I said before, artwork is great. A lot of people overlook artwork. Even prints of, previous, not even necessarily originals. They always sell when I list them online, especially on Etsy. Um, but I'm not having too much luck. I did like this print here. It was pretty cool. And you could tell it was old by the back of the print, by the way the paper's like, I don't know, you get a feel for this stuff, but where it's like kind of crumbled up and crushed in, that's a good indicator of the age of the print. Um, Then we start making our way around to the books. I never really do too well with the books over here. I don't think I've ever had a Goodwill score when it comes to books. But I must admit, I've never actually put the time into digging through the books either. And I'm sure that's part of the battle. Um, Yeah, with the books, the best way, if you're into books, the best, if you're like Amazon, you get the Amazon seller app and register and all, and you can scan each individual book. And it is shocking, but I never do it there. I like this slate. This is like an old slate tile somebody painted and their signature on it. I think it said like 80 something when they did it. My wife didn't like it. And she made that a no-go. I buy them all the time anyway, because they're usually like $1 at auctions. They will just sell them for 20. But that particular one, she said wasn't worth it. Yep, there's a treasure right there. There's my treasure. That hair, that's an old hair bonnet. It's pretty old school. They're actually really tricky to open. I remember when I first started buying them and flipping them. It took like forever to, because the way you pop it open, it almost sounds like it's breaking. And then it's just a hair dryer, a big hair dryer, portable hair dryer, basically. And I knew what it was. I think my mother must have had one when I was a kid. When I started going to auctions, I knew what they were, and they always sell online. So I don't know if they make them anymore, or they just don't make that style, or if it's just old is better, which a lot of times it is. But yeah. So that was like I had like a price tag on it for 9.99. I'm gonna list it for 40. So, and I've never once had a problem selling them. As long as they work, they sell, and they sell relatively quickly. All right, so let's make it around, hoping to find some more treasures. Anything? Oh yeah, over here. Oh, that roaster right there. I was excited. You ever see these old aluminum roasters, aluminum ware roasters? Go for it if it has the insert. Unfortunately, this did not have the insert. The insert is it just sits on the bottom of the pan with like two handles. You lift up the turkey or the ham or whatever. But that roaster didn't have it, so we kept it rolling. Um, Probably could have just sold the pan, but it wasn't really worth it. I did find this old steamer style pan. I thought it was pretty cool looking, and it was only $2. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna grab it. I know I could sell it. It's probably worth like $15 or $20, but I just thought it looked cool, so I grabbed it. Uh, I don't. My partner in crime that was walking around with me, she didn't find anything though. She was pulling stuff up. She pulled stuff up that definitely were old. It was just nothing with value. But I guess at an estate sale, I gotta get her to go to an estate sale with me. It's much easier at an estate sale, whereas Goodwill, because Goodwill's picked through pretty heavily all day. They're constantly bringing things out, and people are constantly going through it. And it's just one of those things where people know what they're looking for. They snatch up the stuff relatively quickly. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Alright, so we're looking around. I was getting pretty close to throwing the towel, but I was like, I just keep going. My wife was rummaging around things in the store still. Um, I find it's better when we both go places because things that I look for or will buy or know about would like fly right over her head, but it's the exact same opposite for me with her. She'll grab something and I'll be like, that's nothing, that's junk. And I'll look it up and I'll be like, oh, I feel like an idiot. But it happens. We like looking around. Ain't too much left actually. It's like one more aisle over. But the trick with the Goodwill places and auctions is to never give up. You got to keep looking and almost like picking, digging. You go down an aisle, go look again. Oh, there she put out an old stuffed doll. I told her it was no value really in it. I look back at it. I should have let her just buy it. I don't know why I didn't. I should have said good job and let her get it and then reinforce the fact that she was willing to be in my video with me when everybody else turned me down. But you know how that goes. They're shy. They don't want to be YouTubers. Um, so we're hitting up this last row here. I did run across something pretty cool. I believe they're called Smith Corona. I ran across a Smith Corona typewriter. The price was right. It wasn't a great. Oh, this is the excellent thing. I found this Epcot tray. I believe it says 80. It was made in 81 or 88, but it was a Walt Disney World Epcot tray. So I definitely kept that. The bag had the Disney bag. I didn't look hard enough. I decided it must not have any values. But I probably should have spent more time looking at that Disney bag. But I just tossed it to the side. But that Epcot tray I was pretty excited about. And my wife is hardcore Disney World fan, along with the kids. My family's really big into Disney World. Me, not so much. But, I'll go. I go with them, but it's not my favorite place in the world. I kind of feel like their hands are so deep in your pockets these days. It used to be one of my favorite places to go in the world, but it was a lot cheaper back then. But I guess I'm starting to get old too, so I'm talking like, what, 2004? Yeah, a long time ago. I just understand how prices triple. You know what I mean? But anyway, enough about Disney World. This we're about to come up on a Smith Corona typewriter. I could have brought it. It was like $10, and it was an electric one. I'm sure we could have sold it for 40, but I got a lot of stuff here already, and stuff like that can be tricky. Everything that we brought. There's the American Girl doll that my wife and kids came up to me with. I was like, what? It's like $50, easy. And that's a used doll. They go for good money. Like I said, the hair bonnet, paid 10. I'll sell it for 40. And that Disney tray, it has value. I have no idea what kind of value it has, but that was about it. So I said, I make sure that you subscribe and like my YouTube channel. And thanks for visiting.